It started with a white envelope taped to the windshield of my unmarked Ford F-150. Bold red letters on the outside read, "Violation Notice." Inside was a $150 fine from the Homeowners Association for violating neighborhood parking restrictions, specifically parking a commercial vehicle overnight on a residential street. I had lived in Oak Ridge Estates for nearly 7 years. It's a quiet, gated community with tree-lined sidewalks and well-manicured lawns. Nobody causes trouble, and I've done my part to keep it that way, both as a homeowner and, more crucially, as a lieutenant with the county police department. My truck, while technically a department vehicle, bears no external police insignia. It has standard tags, and only a keen eye might notice the subtle light bar tucked into the front grille or the reinforced rear bumper. I drive it home from the precinct as part of my on-call responsibilities. That's standard policy for officers in leadership roles. Emergencies don't wait for commuting. I initially brushed off the fine as a clerical error. Figured someone on the HOA board was new or didn't recognize the vehicle. So I penned a respectful email to the board, explaining my position and job responsibilities. I included a letter from the department verifying the truck's purpose and my rank. A week later, I received a second violation notice, this one doubling the fine to $300. No response to my email, just a terse note attached. Failure to comply with community rules will result in further action. That's when I realized this wasn't about the rules. It was personal, or at least political. Someone had taken it upon themselves to enforce the bylaws with zero flexibility or context. Maybe they didn't like the way my truck looked. Maybe they just didn't like law enforcement. I requested to speak at the next HOA meeting. The room was packed with retirees, young families, and a few familiar faces. I stood calmly and introduced myself. My name is Lieutenant Marcus Callahan. I've lived here since 2018. I love this neighborhood, and I'm committed to its safety and well-being, not just because I'm a resident, but because it's literally my job. I explained that the truck was not a commercial vehicle, but a government-issued emergency response vehicle, that I had received permission from my department to bring it home because I respond to active crime scenes, natural disasters, and tactical incidents at all hours. One man, a board member named Carl, interrupted me. "We've had complaints. People say the truck looks intimidating. It's not good for property values." I looked him in the eye and said, "What's more intimidating, a police vehicle parked near your home, or the possibility that no one shows up fast enough when danger comes knocking?" Silence. Then a soft ripple of agreement from the crowd. By the end of the meeting, the board agreed to review the fine and clarify their bylaws to accommodate emergency personnel. Carl abstained from the vote. A week later, the fine was dropped. An apology letter arrived in my mailbox, unsigned. I still park my truck out front. No more notices, no more fines. But I keep the first one framed in my office. A reminder that sometimes people see a badge and forget there's a person behind it, one who lives among them, works for them, and parks his truck just like anyone else.